Hello dear creatives, welcome to FCPA Unique Fashion and Crafts online training. In today's training, I'm going to be teaching you how to make this beautiful turban. I call it a turbanator. So these are the things I'm going to be using: my damask, my trimmings damask, my boning, my crinoline, both white crinoline and the colored one, my fabric. You can use 1 yard of fabric to make it. So I've done the V-band. The next thing for me now is to do the twist. So for the twist, I'm going to be using 35 inches 35 inches in two places by 8. That is when I fold it, it will be 4. 35 inches by 4. So you can use more than that, because I later changed my mind. I decided to use 35 by 9 inches, that is 4.5. So I'll cut it out. I'm going to be cutting 2 of it. Then after cutting 2 of it, so don't forget I'm cutting 2 of it. So you can use 5, that is 10 inches when you open it. You can use more than that depending on how big you want your twist to come out, but I use 9 inches. That is when I fold it, it will be 4.5 inches. So I will cut it out. I will cut the 2 piece out. Then I will take it to my sewing machine. I will sew it straight down. So after sewing straight down, I'm going to insert my foam inside. I'm going to insert my foam to the loop. So this is for the crinoline. So let's check out the measurements. I use 14 inches by 9 inches. 14 by 9 inches in 2 places. I set it aside for the crinoline. For the other crinoline that I wrap my damask on it, let's quickly measure it together. I use 1 yard and 9 inches. I use 1 yard of crinoline and 9 inches. 1 yard and 9 inches. So for the damask, I'm going to be using the damask to wrap my crinoline. I will plug in my candle glue and I will. Okay, there's no light. I have to use candle to light up my candle glue. Then I started wrapping the damask on its body. I wrap till the end of everything. So you start wrapping. Please, sorry for any background noise. I just have to come out and teach my wonderful students this new design, this turbanator. People have been asking for it, so I have to come out and teach it. So we'll continue wrapping till the end of it. We'll continue wrapping and wrapping. So once you wrap a little bit, you are going to use that glue to glue it down so that it will not remove when the customer starts wearing it. You have to glue it down a little bit. So I will do that from the beginning to the end of it. So for the twist, I'm going to turn it inside out and insert my foam So for the foam, if you are using 1 inch of foam, you can just cut 4 inches by 33. 4 inches by 33. So you can just cut it in 2 places and insert each into each loop. So this is it. I'm almost done with the covering of my crinoline. I have to use my glue to glue it down. So After gluing it down, I will trim off the excess, and I will glue everything together so that it won't be fraying off when our customer starts using it. So we set it aside. So we are going to take the foam and start inserting. We are almost done with the inserting of the foam. So I have to cut for the foam did not reach what I wanted. I have to cut and add to it. So please, when you are doing your own, just use the foam that will be enough for you. So the next thing now is for me to join both together and take it to my sewing machine. After taking it to my sewing machine, I will sew it straight down. Then I'll come and twist. So this is me sewing it. So the next thing will be the twisting. So let's twist together. So we'll start twisting like this. I hope we all know how to twist. If you're a beginner and you don't know how to twist, just learn from this. There was a mistake in where I joined the foam, so I have to adjust the mistake and twist it very well. So if you are also doing your own and there is a mistake, just lose it and retwist. So this is how to twist, exactly the way people that makes hair used to do their twisting. So after twisting, we are going to lock up the mouth and join it together. So I'm done with the twisting. I'm trying to adjust something. So the next thing now is for me to sew down the opening mouth where I finish the twist. So after opening it, I'm going to join both together. I'm going to join it. I can use my needle and thread or my sewing machine, but if you want it to be very easy, just use your needle and thread. So I'm using my needle and thread here. So after that, I will take a little fabric of like maybe 5 inches by 7 inches or 8 inches. I will just use it to cover this opening, depending on how big you want that covering to be. So just cover it. So this is the fabric I'm going to be using, 7 inches by 5 inches. So I use 7 inches by 8 inches. So you can also use it like that, and you can use by 5 inches depending on how you want it. So I will take it to my sewing machine, sew straight down, then turn it inside out and use this to cover that rough edge, that place that foam is showing. I'll use it to cover it up. So after covering it, we'll start with our design. So you are that place that has joining, just make it come inside. So just make it inside. It should be inside. It should go inside instead of staying outside. So the next thing is for the crinoline. We all remember what we used. So I will measure again. So just watch it and sew straight down. You sew both straight down. So after sewing, you turn it inside out and you insert your crinoline. If you cannot get the big crinoline, you can just use the normal measurement for your, if it is the smaller crinoline you get, you can just use the normal measurement for the smaller crinoline. because it's we are buying in different areas. So in your area you might see the big one and you might come across the small one. Anyone you just see, you can use it. Just use the size of the crinoline you saw, just use it to cut your fabric if you get the smaller crinoline. So you turn it inside that and insert each crinoline. So you insert the second one too. So for this, you are going to cut a little fabric, but I used this fabric before, but I change it to bias. So when you are doing your own, just get bias and use it to tape